are just driving towards the very southern tip of Hawaii's Big Island, which not so long ago was an absolute paradise. But this one-time paradise has become a magnet for the ocean's plastic. All you can see as far as the horizon is the remains of human refuse. So this could be from Asia, it could be from the mainland, America, and a lot of this stuff comes from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Garbage Patch, also known as the North Pacific Gyre, is where ocean currents converge to create a concentration of plastics. A lot of the plastic at Camilo Beach has been circulating in the ocean for so long, it's been broken down into tiny particles, or microplastics, which are nearly impossible to clean up. How frequently do you do these beach cleanups?
You know, we've done 32 so far this year. We're going to pick the stuff up and come back down here next week, and it could potentially be just as dirty, if not worse.
This plastic doesn't just ruin a day at the beach. It's estimated that nearly 700 marine species have encountered man-made debris. At Hawaii's Oceanic Institute, Dr. David Heirenbach is studying how plastic is becoming a permanent part of our ecosystem.
So this bird was incidentally
killed. That is a beast.
Then you see the hooks coming out of the neck. This is the gizzard. Much so the heart's out of the way. Let me just...
I see some plastic. Whoa.
Okay.
Look at that. A 2015 study predicted that as many as 90% of all seabirds worldwide now consume plastic as part of their diet. How far do you think most of this plastic has traveled from?
It could be coming from anywhere. I mean, we're finding plastic in Antarctic species, places where people don't really go. So this is really a global issue.
And it's not just birds eating this plastic. Oceanographer Dr. Anela Choi is studying the plastic's impact on the entire ocean food chain.
This is a lancet fish, and what's great about these guys is they sample the environment for us. So we sample the stomachs from different locations in the ocean, take a look at what they're feeding on. Wow, whoa. Look what we have here.
Wow. What the hell is that?
It's a giant piece of plastic.
Oh my God.
These pieces of plastic are made out of petroleum and other chemical contaminants. When pieces of plastic are in the water column, they sort of act as little sponges. They actually accumulate toxins and then they get ingested by animals. And so we're still learning about the chemistry of what happens when fish like that eats it.
How out of hand is this situation getting?
Animals at almost every single trophic level of the food web in the open ocean are ingesting plastics. Yeah, it's the biggest habitat on the planet. Mm-hmm. And if there's plastic throughout that habitat, it's going to have some really serious impacts.
Mm-hmm. Many of the species humans eat prey on lancet fish, meaning plastic is likely finding its way up the food chain and into our dinners.
Okay, I'm going to stop the video there. Hello everyone, this is Nicole. Good morning. I'm coming with another video. Clearly, it's about the world's oceans. I will leave a link to this video in the description box. I'm using this for education purposes only from Vice News on HBO. I remember watching this video last year, 2017. Excuse me. And there is a ray of hope, so to speak, with this overwhelming amount of microplastics and trash that has been found in the oceans. I'll continue playing it on mute as you watch the video. I'll also leave a link to the True Royal family. Shout out to her. Much respect to her channel. Please go check out her other channel called True Royal, where you will see discussions particularly about the art of war. They go through and they have a lot of good discussions on that book, for instance. There are a lot of other videos there on her alternate channel, so the True Royal family and True Royal. I'll leave a link to her video that's about the ocean's plastics and how scientists are working to alleviate this problem. There's a young man, 22 years old, who has formed a cleanup organization. It's been around since 2013. The first time I heard about it was on this particular episode of Vice, where they want to take the microplastics, clean them, and use them for other purposes. So they're repurposing microplastics from the oceans, especially from the Pacific Ocean. If you watch the True Royal Family's video about this issue, you will learn that in the Pacific Ocean alone, they have found enough microplastics and large plastic materials that is twice the size of the state of Texas. If you've ever looked at the size of the state of Texas on a map, it's the size of a country. But driving through Texas, I realized it is a huge state. And we were just driving laterally across the state. We didn't go up and down, just straight across I-10. Huge state. So imagine that state twice, twice the size, and that's how much trash has been found. This young man, Boyan Slat, I could not remember his name. He's the founder and CEO of the Ocean Cleanup, as I said earlier, founded in 2013. And one thing he wants to do is not just continue the conversation about this problem, which has become a worldwide issue, but also clean it up. So they're using these large nets. They put out a buoy. He just threw a buoy into the water that will be used for computer detection, x-ray detection. They come in, they have this testing phase they're doing where they bring the nets out to the water. They pull in all the plastics. They show the areas there on the Promethean board where they're detecting trash. So the red ball he threw out is for satellite detection. It shows them a picture on the computer of where the trash is and how much they're getting out of the water each day they go out to collect. So this is the animation of the nets where they're going to be put down, and they'll show you later on in the video how they will repurpose this trash. So I'm clearly not showing the whole video for copyright purposes as far as the sound, but I'm giving my commentary as it plays. And as I said before, I'll leave the link to this video in the description box. Please let me know what you think in the comment section as well. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos or go live. I know there's a lot of discussion about Black relationships and how we are in a disorganized state. However, there are other topics that I think that are critical to our environment, critical to our survival on this planet. One of them is, of course, the oceans being completely polluted at this point. And that does affect your health on the land. It affects the birds, it affects the sea life that you have there in the water, fish. It affects what you're eating. It affects the air, the atmosphere, because a lot of the plastics that are found in the water are petroleum based. As we know, petroleum is a toxin, carcinogen, BPA, bisphenol A, a chemical that's found in many plastics. If you look at a plastic bottle in the store and it does not say BPA free, trust me, it is full of BPA, and BPA is able to leach into the products that are contained within that plastic container. Tupperware type containers, lunch containers, plastic bags, even the milk cartons, plastic milk cartons, even if they're tinted, could contain BPA. The wax that's used to cover a cardboard-like container that you have juice in or milk in, almond milk or soy milk, that wax could contain BPA. That wax could contain petroleum-like substances and chemicals that leach into the juice or the milk or water that you have. Box cereals as well. You touch the box to open it. The bag is inside the box. It's plastic. You have to touch it to open it unless you wear gloves 24/7. even the gloves, if you wear latex gloves, if you wear nitrile gloves, so you're being exposed to all these different chemicals in the atmosphere, in the rainwater, in the oceans and the lakes. If you go fishing, I suggest you be careful where you're fishing, know what you're doing when you're out there, know what you may, expect to see things that could endanger your health. It could be dangerous for you to be consuming. So the young man, Mr. Slat here, he's 22 years old, I believe. And very young man, he started this project, and these are some of the microplastics they've pulled from the oceans. And what they do is they pour them into this machine, as he's showing on the video, and it's basically a shredder. So it's shredding, it's heating it up, and it's shredding the plastic and turning it into these plastic tubes that come out. Now the tubes go through the machine, they're cut, and they are covered with a powder that prevents them from sticking together and adhering to one another. The machine goes and it spits them out at the end. So it comes out as little beads. So all that microplastic that was pulled from the ocean is turned into these blue beads. They almost look like Viagra tablets. And so that's what you get at the end. And these products, they can use for other products. They can use these old products that have been captured from the ocean as pollution, can now be used for other purposes. And they have the bottles here. These are plastic containers. They're showing, all the different types of plastic that you come in contact with. San Jose, California, they do IBM research where they are, I think, testing some of the plastic that has come from the ocean, and also testing plastic that is used by consumers. So this woman is a polymer chemist, and she works with mostly silicone-based products that are used for medicine, used for research in biotechnology laboratories, medical facilities, all that type of stuff. So this is a good video to watch. Please remember to go to the True Royal Family's channel as well, and True Royal, her 2 channels, and subscribe to her channel. She has excellent content there. I don't want to go too far discussing this because I think I've given a good commentary, but it's important for us to take notice and interest in other things besides what we are more comfortable with. And that's what I always challenge my subscribers, and not just subscribers, but my friends and family that I know in real life. It's important for us to challenge our minds and think of what is going on around us and what we can do to stop that. I believe this young man, Mr. Slat, and scientists like this young lady are hopefully finding better ideas and solutions to this problem. This is another reason why it's important for Black people to have their children in STEM, to capitalize on the strategies and the ideas that are being promoted, and the application of chemistry, biology, biotechnology. It's very important to do that. When you go to these areas and you talk to people who are environmental scientists, chemists, physicists, and geography people who do with geography, geology, the room tends to lack melanin, if you get my drift. And when you go to conferences where they speak about cancer, they speak about diseases, and they speak about different technologies and advancements in technology that's used to target cancer cells, very specifically target cancer cells, you find that the rooms a lot of times lack melanin. So I would encourage people with children to, of course, do everything possible to learn about these systems and learn about a lot of the mechanisms that could be used to target this type of problem and solve these problems we're dealing with in our world. With that, I'll leave you, and I will come back with another video. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for stopping by my channel, and I'll see you soon.